Hello and welcome to probably a long skids and donuts video, because my 240, as you probably know if you've watched them already, has a small little problem. Oh shit. It's a bit muddy today. You hear that? All the piston slap. And in the rear, it's also having far too much blow by, so there's too much oil going through the piston rings and burning through out the exhaust, essentially, because of the piston slap, I believe. But there is a ton of smoke that comes out the back once it starts warming up. So I've come up with a bit of a solution. The solution involves this BMW 325D and what's in the back of it. Open up. Open. Oh. We've got a 65,000 mile engine in the back of a BMW. It's a normal B200E, but it's a extremely low mileage, and I get things like a start motor, power steering pump, everything, and I've got all the K-Jet stuff as well, which probably works, unlike my old stuff. This will still be carb swap though, because I've already done it all. So the plan is to try and get this out without breaking anything. I've also managed to snag the M47 gearbox with the engine too, which I'm happy about. So we're going to get that out, put that in the garage, and then deal with my custom lowering springs and get this engine out of there. It took 2 people to get it in, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. It does need a bit of a clean-up. There's the gearbox, and the gear shifter doesn't need the bushings changed, which is nice. So I think the plan here is to get all the extra stuff out, obviously, so intake manifolds, starters, pumps, a spare bell housing, which is awesome, and then we can start tackling the actual engine, hopefully. I don't know how, but we're gonna do it. It took 2 people to get it in. It probably takes 2 to get it out, but look at that. Again, a 65,000 mile engine. I'm hoping the clutch is in good nick. Might need a bit of cleaning up. Extra exhaust manifold. Mine has that bolt in it, which I think you may have seen if you've watched my other videos. But overall, we're looking pretty good. The coolant's a bit crusty. Let's try and get a flashlight on. Ooh, that's pretty bad. So we probably need to clean that out. I've not actually checked if this turns over yet. harmonic balancer seems like the rubber's okay, but this needs cleaning and painting. So this one I'll actually look after. I'll clean it all up, I'll paint it if it needs it, and then these other ancillaries can be painted as well, just to make things look a bit nicer. The downside is the 240 is in the way of the driveway. There we go. Which that's the space I've got, or I've got the grass, which is muddy and slippy, and I'll probably bog it down. I figured it was easier to move this into the road, because yes, it does run and drive now, even with the blown engine. Still a red block. I just need to get it to stay running. I'll try and give it some more fuel, get this to stay on just so it's easier to move in a bit. That's what I mean. Some of it is condensation, yes, but not that much. And I'm colourblind, but I can see it as grey and a slight blue when it's warm. So piston rings are a bit too small now. Don't worry, this red block will get rebuilt, and it's going to be a nice engine when it's done. But I want something I can use for the next couple of years. And she's still smoking now. I may have overestimated where this engine can go. I was going to put it in the spare wheel there, but how do I get the engine crane to spin around? There's a slight lip there, so I can't turn it around in this tiny little dungeon. Okay, I think I know. I think if for now I'll put the engine there on the spare wheel, I can move that bike, but I do need to turn this round, which is fine. I can do that easy. I'll do that. So the 240 is now in the garage. I put it on a spare tire. It took some work. The bike's gone now, but it's in. So I'm going to try and crank it over, see if it actually spins, because I haven't checked that yet, stupidly. The bloke did say it's been sat for a couple of years. So if I can't turn it by hand, when I take the spark plugs out anyway, if I can't turn it by hand, then I'll chuck some ATF and acetone type thing down, let it soak, try and turn it over, see what happens. And then eventually we'll work on getting that out. I've ordered a gazebo so I can actually work in the rain and snow that we've got at the minute. Get that engine out and the transmission, pair it up with the new ones once they're all clean, chuck that in, and hopefully we're all good. I'm still keeping it as a carburetor, purely because I've already changed the fuel lines on the 240 for a carburetor, and where are they? I'd need to press new lines in for the K-Jet anyway, and I don't trust K-Jet. I don't trust it unless you've driven it every day for the last 30 plus years. It's a pile of garbage, in my humble opinion anyway. So I'll get onto that. I'll try and clean out the cooling system because it looks quite rusted, I'll be honest with you, which does worry me slightly. And then yeah, we'll get to it. Check the timing about condition as well. And luckily for me, with no effort whatsoever. Turns over, that's with spark plugs in, and it turns absolutely beautifully. So I think we're onto a winner here. It's a good engine, and the water pump was crusty. I broke that loose. I'll replace that, either put the one from my car on or whatever. Timing belt surprisingly looks new. But the timing belt does look pretty new, as you can see there, which is good. I do have a brand new one of mine though, which hasn't technically been driven. I know these stretch, but it'll be fine for what it is. Overall, I think we're onto an absolute winner with this engine. So I think the next step will be to paint the parts I want to paint on this engine. Get the old engine out, pop some newer stuff on here if it needs it, like the water pump, etc. Flush this block out, and then get it in the car, and hopefully it'll start first time and no piston slap. I'm going to end the video here purely because I don't know what time frame I've got to do that, and I've got to keep the YouTube algorithm happy. Stay tuned for this build because it's going to be absolutely epic in my opinion. It is just a bog standard engine, but anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you again in the next video. Take care.